now.
All right, so hey, we're here with Frank. Well, we like to call him Mopar Frank. Frank has got a 1970
Dodge
Challenger. We're going to see it here in a minute, but right now we're in his trophy room, his picture room. And so Frank is very well known here in Cookeville, Tennessee. He goes just about almost all the car shows, so everybody's familiar with Frank. So Frank, tell us about what you got here.
Well, I'll start at the top row up here. This is some of the socks of Martin. Back in the early 2000s, right after Ronnie's death, I was in Columbus, Ohio at the Mopar Nats, and his wife gave me this picture and she signed it for me. The boss's wife, Diane Socks.
Wow.
And so there's some pictures of the old Mopar Club that was in Cookeville at one time. It no longer exists. That's some friends, some of Hemi Under Glass, Socks of Martin. And Dick Landy was always one of my favorites. Landy and Socks of Martin were my heroes. And a lot of my family has given me some of these pictures and stuff, but some of the trophies and stuff that I've won over the years. This was from Silver Point Baptist Church. We did a cruise in once a year for them for 10 years to help the needy. Harold Citizen gave me that for helping them 10 years. It was 10 or 12 years with the Relay for Life car show.
Cool, cool.
Earl and Benny Carroll Mason gave me that one, appreciation. And these pictures of my son-in-law Ish and I, we were in Chattanooga at the first and second Mopar picnic they had, and Hot Rod Magazine took these pictures. And I got them up on the wall. It's good memories.
Yeah, I can see why. More trophies.
This was given to me by the car club here at Cookeville, Cookie Town Car Club. I won that at Music City Mopars in Lebanon. I won that in Crossville back in the 90s. I don't remember exactly what year. I'd say 97, 98 maybe. And I have some pictures of Dick Landy, his Pro Stock, Socks of Martin, or Super Stock 68 Barracuda is actually what turned me over to be a Mopar guy, by the way.
Ah, okay.
I was a Mopar bow tie guy, then I became a Mopar guy because of that car,
So
and the Hemi motor.
So you saw a new religion then?
Looking at the 68 Barracuda,
Yeah.
I got out of the service in 1967.
What branch of the service were you in?
I was in the Army Combat Engineers.
And
Spent 18 months in Germany, a year in Vietnam.
gotcha.
And in 68, I went to Echo, New Jersey. I got out of service. We stayed in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Socks and Martin was match racing Grumpy Jenkins. And of course, Grumpy Jenkins was my hero. Socks and Martin beat him, and that killed me. So after I went to the pits to look at the motors, I went to service in 64, got out in 67, and I've been out of the country for, 28, 29 months, and I didn't really know about the Hemi. So I got looking at the Hemi, and they had a set of heads that were laying on the back of their trailer, and I got looking at them, and I said, well, that's where the horsepower's coming from. So I got looking at them, and they seen me looking at them, and they walked over and covered them up with a towel where I couldn't see them. So, but that got into the Hemi world, and that's what turned me on to Mopars.
All right.
And that's Grumpy Jenkins, not Grumpy Jenkins, but Dick Landy, Challenger, the Chargers. These are some old flyers of the speed shop we had on North Washington.
Very cool.
That's the Summer Nights in Somerset, Kentucky.
Yes.
We actually, there's a video I'll show you before you leave. My son-in-law and I, 2019, That's my son-in-law back in the 90s with a Trans Am racing Chris Pfeiffer from Sparta, Tennessee.
Very cool.
This lady is she was a model for Chrysler Power magazine. I met her and her family and her husband, and we became friends from being at the Mopar Nationals multiple years and seeing them. Actually, they got married at the Mopar Nationals, and we're good Facebook friends.
So as you can pan over here,
these are the trophies that I've won so far this year.
Mhm.
Trophies and plaque I've won so far this year.
so I love it when Frank comes to these car shows, but then I hate it because I know he's always going to place first.
That's not the case all the time. This is a quilt that was presented to me a couple of years ago at the Veterans Day by the city mayor and some people that made the quilt.
Mhm.
Michael Glass and I both received one that year.
Cool.
This is a t-shirt that Chris Thompson out of Birdstown, Tennessee gave me a couple months ago. That t-shirt was given to me by Randy Kiefer, Ron Hunter, and Mickey Huddleston. They run the gas classes. Mickey's got a 62 Chevrolet that he runs super stock in. This year, Randy Kiefer and Ron are running, they moved up from super stock to C gas. These are just banners of Mopar stuff. This is a racetrack set that Mike Tabor's gave me from Mickey's Muffler Shop. I haven't set it up yet, but it's.
Oh yeah. Very cool.
And we really appreciate it. And I just think it's a beautiful piece.
It is. Very nice.
And this is some, I buy those calendars once a year when I buy the albums of the different things we've done
Mm-hmm.
in like car shows and stuff. Public calendar, they're all covered in these annuals.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And when I buy those, I get this poster. And this guy's from Monticello, Kentucky. He builds engines. And I went up there and gave him a plaque. And this is my brother. He's no longer with us, but 2 or 3 years ago, I gave him a 50th anniversary Hemi flag. And some of them just friends, local friends from the car shows and stuff. These 3 trophies I got at Standing Stone last fall. Last year I got these 3 in Monticello, Kentucky. Last spring I got the one in the back from McCookville High School, Best of Show. And that's a picture from the Lebanon car show last year. And this goes back to 2011, 2017. I don't remember what show they were with. The guy from Cumberland Chrysler, Chris Hartberger, gave me those 2 work shirts. And he also gave me this Superbird up there, a picture of the Superbird. And this is a picture of Mr. Norm's, and it's signed by Mr. Norm, of his 65 funny car, Dodge Corvette.
Somehow I think I remember that from when I was a kid in the 70s.
Yeah.
Watching him race like that.
These are friends. David Boyd lives in Spencer. He won that one year. He won the 10,000 of Bracket National. I believe it was in North Carolina or South Carolina. And these are letters of appreciation. From and down at the bottom is Dave Rowland when he had an event down there. We presented Dave with a plaque, and we also presented Dale Harris and Jerry Gitty from AutoZone with a plaque.
All right, cool. So now we're going in to the garage where we're going to see Frank's 70 Challenger. So check this out.
You want me to cover that stuff?
Yeah, cover your Frank.
I bought this car in it was 73 or 74 when Carter was president in the gas crisis. And the guys were already drag racing it, had it set up for drag racing. And I bought it to go drag racing, my first drag car. That's all I did with it. Spent most of his life drag racing. But I gave $1,300 for it. It's either 73 or 74. It's originally a 440 4-speed with a Dana 60. It's a true RT car.
Was it always this color?
No, it's originally EV2 Hemi Orange. And we painted Panther Pink.
Very nice.
Well, actually, I sold it to my friend, Ricky Flatt, down in Baxter. He kept it for a few years, and he painted Panther Pink. And when I bought the body back off of it, he had it Panther Pink. My wife told me, she said, "You know you're going to get that car painted." I said, "Yes, ma'am." Mm-hmm. About a month later, she told me, she said, "I kind of like that color. Let's keep it." So we kept it.
Okay. Got to listen to Mama.
That was back in like 1996.
All right. So what's it got underneath the hood now, Frank?
It's got a 440. It's actually a 40 over 440. It's 448 cubic inches with Indy heads. The Indy 245 heads that flow 385 CFM. And had a 1050 on it using too much fuel, and I went back to my 850, so I didn't suck up so much fuel cruising around town.
Yeah, you can always smell Frank's car because you smell that aviation fuel coming right by it. So what are the what's the to ratio heads?
The
11.5, 12.5.
Well, I had 12.5 to 1 with open chamber heads, and when I went to the Indy heads, there was 65cc chamber heads, and I've got somewhere I'd say 13.5 to 1.
Okay.
That's I don't know that for a fact, but I figure I picked up one compression ratio with the closed chamber heads over the open chamber heads.
And so, have you put this on a dyno?
I have not.
Okay. What do you think it's pushing, the horsepower?
I'd say we're well over 700. How much over, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's plenty. What a great looking car. And then the interior is in mint condition.
This side or the other side?
Yeah, on that side.
All right. I'll open the door first.
You got your roll cage there.
Yeah, I kind of show it as my old 70 Super Stock car when I go to. Got the Hearst shifter. It was originally a 4-speed car, but I have an automatic in it now with a 5500 stall and a Hearst shifter.
Nice.
It also has a trans brake in it.
Cool.
You can go down underneath and shoot that rear stuff if you want. Like to get down. I don't know if there's enough light under there or not.
All right. So take us to your motors here there, Frank.
Yeah.
Take us to your motors here.
All right,
What
this
you
is
got?
a World aluminum block with Indy heads. It's going to be 572 cubic inches. It'll have about 14.5 to 1 compression ratio. And
Is that all?
with a turnaround setup, Indy's telling me that I can make 1,030, 1,040 horsepower just on the motor. With a single plane intake with a 1250, they said I should be able to make at least 960. And with aluminum heads and a block and everything, when it's done, will weigh less than a small block Chevrolet.
No kidding. So you got plans to put this one in here?
Hopefully next year we'll have it in there. Hoping to get it done start getting it put together this winter and next spring, and hopefully have it in there next year.
All right.
If nothing goes wrong.
Right. Yeah, that's terrific. Cool.
I've been playing around with the oil pans. These lines won't go with it, this pan, but it would go with a pan for it set back here. But going to run a dual line Milladon oil system on it.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
This is people don't know, this is a dual line swivel pickup that when you accelerate, this follows your oil. When you decelerate, then it comes back to the front.
Oh, that's very cool.
So that goes in your oil pan here.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, anything else you got to show us there, Frank?
I'll show you these intakes. This is a Indy inline cross ram for a 426 Hemi that I plan on using on that. I got 3 combinations for it. This is a single plane with a 1250 that I plan on using on it. But I like this one because of hood clearance. It gives me more hood clearance. This is an inline cross ram for a wedge that I was planning on putting on a motor or having a car, but I don't know if I'll get it on there before I take it out or not.
Wow. Well, you got quite the setup there, Frank. Anything else that you want to add?
No, I don't have anything.
Well, we appreciate your time.
We appreciate you coming over and doing it.
Yeah, and until next time on the man card, just don't get yours revoked. So, hey, Frank's goodbye present to us is he's going to start up his Challenger here. Now, if that don't get your blood flowing, there's something wrong with you, right? That's a man's car. That's macho right there.